Hi everyone, how are you? My name is Lena. I'm the community manager for Stays here at nomadstays.co. And today in this live session, I will do a short interview with one of our stays. Nomadstays.co, for everyone who's here for the first time, is a booking platform for more extended stays that are perfect for digital nomads or remote workers. And one of our stays is called a Rising Soul Yoga Retreat, and they will be joining us today and we'll introduce them to our community. So stay tuned if you want to find out more about them. They're also offering now a retreat yoga package for June. So if you're interested, you can check it out as well. But first we're going to have them join our live session. They will show us around at the beginning, and then we'll have an interview with the owner of the stay and her manager for social media. So happy to have them here, and let's get them on live. Just have to wait. Hi there.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
Good.
I'm
How are you?
we're good, thank you. We're just having a nice sunny day in Bulgaria here.
Awesome, awesome. So maybe just say at the beginning where exactly you are right now.
So we're based in the Balkan Nomads, in the Balkans in Bulgaria,
Yeah.
which is the central mountain range. And the nearest kind of places that people would recognize would be a town called Triavna, which is really
Hmm.
cool. It's a very heritage place. And then the old capital, Velika Ternova. So we're kind of like, if you draw a triangle between Plovdiv, Velika Ternova, and Triavna, we're in this area here. So
Awesome.
we're in here.
And just introduce you to it. So who are you?
I'm Ro. I'm Rowena. I'm the co-founder here at the Rising Soul and one of your stays. And we also have a project called Balkan Nomads.
Awesome. So show us around a little bit. You're just right outside your place, right?
This is originally this is a really old barn that we just recently rehabbed. Just put the camera down a little bit, Olivia. That angle. Okay. And in here we have a meditation room. Which is
Uh-huh.
quite cool. Do a bit of music and jamming in here. And
Can you move
then
down because we can see so much?
we have some more rooms out here. We have an eco bathroom that we've been working on.
Uh-huh.
And then we have a nice courtyard area.
It's very green out there, huh?
There's plenty of places for working. We try to make like different areas and zones for people. We have a
Mm-hmm.
cool barbecue area here. And then you'll see we have a cool simmer kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where we kind of hang out and eat. But we can also work here. We use the tables in here. We have Wi-Fi outside and more kind of chilling out areas. We won't go up to the top barn because somebody's practicing yoga up there. But basically, this barn up here is a yoga studio, and you'll be able to
Okay.
see that on photographs of our stay.
Of course. Yeah. Great. Awesome. And very great weather also today. Beautiful. Cool. So, I'm very happy to have you here, both of you. You can
Hello,
maybe introduce yourself as
Olivia.
well, Olivia.
Hi. So this is Olivia, and she's also here, part of the community. We have three of us that run the community at the moment. We had a couple of people restricted by COVID that were coming to join us
Okay.
a little bit.
Yeah, maybe let's start with this topic first, so we can not talk about it anymore. So, how's the current situation with COVID? Are you open? How's the destination at the moment for
Yeah,
tourists?
we're really, really fortunate. Bulgaria, I mean, it's had some waves, but generally it's not been very bad. And the people here have, I think they're less influenced by media. And so they have a lot more of a kind of just get on with it attitude about the situation. You know, people are not in mass panic and mass hysteria. They're respectful. They wear their masks in food shops. They wear their masks in supermarkets or places where it's mandatory. But outside of that, it's completely at your own discretion.
Okay.
So you don't wear masks on the street. You don't wear masks in most of the local shops, and unless they put a sign up asking you to. So I think we're very lucky that we've had a very different experience to a lot of people. And obviously here in rural Bulgaria, we're kind of in a little bubble.
Yeah, sure. It's also a great way to escape the situation right now, to come to your place, I think.
It really is. It really is. Yeah, a lot of people have. And actually, very little difficulty in getting here. You know, we have people arriving from Portugal, Germany, France, Spanish islands, Spain, some by flight, some by driving. Olivia arrived from Italy a couple of weeks ago. Goda, who you'll meet later, she came from Croatia on a road trip. So actually, people report that it's not been nearly as difficult as they expected. It's pretty easy. It's not so bad.
But also the case comes down like lots. So Bulgaria actually has been put on like a green or like a yellow list or something for lots of countries. So it's actually quite easy to travel from most of Europe to Bulgaria and then also back again, because now Bulgaria is not a high risk area anymore for the last month, I think.
We're fully open. So all shops, all restaurants, indoors, outdoors, everything is back to normal. The 1st of May, and we just need a PCR test, and they're allowing the rapid test, and you can do it at the airport.
Cool. Okay, so let's leave this topic behind and move on. Tell us a little bit about your stay. So we saw some of the facilities. What else? What is there? What's belonging to your stay?
So we have the guest house, which you kind of saw in the background there. And inside we have one double room with an ensuite, one twin room, and one 4 dorm. But the dorm is kind of cute. It's got little privacy curtains and little retro lamps and stuff, so it's nice. And then we just made a new room outside, which is our new eco room. So it's got a super king double bed in it. It's kind of a bit like a cave. It's into the mountain under the yoga barn, so it's quite cool. And outdoors, it has its own bathroom, and we made the windows from bottles. It has a solar shower and a dry compost loo. So we're really trying to, think about how we impact the environment here. It's really important to us that we try and do as much as we can to stay eco-friendly.
That's great. And how did you start this project? What got you the idea? How did you get to the property?
So yeah, I bought this property strangely when I was 24 years old, and that was a while ago, like more than 10 years. And I always felt like it just had a really nice vibe. Livia was just saying it has a very peaceful vibe here, you know. I liked the property, and I always felt like it would be something for my future. So I renovated the house, and then it just sat here for a long time. And then since 2017, I kind of went back a bit to my nomadic roots. In my 20s, I traveled a lot. And then I had a long time of business in England, and I was quite grounded. And I always had this little battle with myself of feeling like I would want to travel. So in 2017, I closed this business, and I began to work as a freelancer, still within equestrian circuits, but traveling all over the world, all over the globe. And I had been working in Catalonia and decided that I would come here and begin a project here. And initially, it was just to be a yoga retreat venue, and I felt I would be more flexible like that. But on my way here, I took a little trip to Morocco as a break the journey up from Spain. And I got stranded there for 7 weeks with a lot of digital nomads and travelers and other people. And we talked a lot, and I decided that it would be nice to create a place where people could come and stay longer term, you know, because in this whole situation, there's a lot of people that actually, like me at the time I was in Morocco, didn't actually have a home base. I already stopped my life in the UK. I didn't have a home there anymore. I didn't have so many contacts there anymore. And of course, my passport is British, so that's where they want to send you back to. But that's not good for me because I have a car in France and a Spanish residency, and so yeah, I decided that it would be nice to create the space and try and combine the two ideas. That it's a cool place for people to come and stay long term and work, but we also offering yoga and retreats, and so people can look at this balance between life and work and also get away from COVID.
Yeah, and you said you were a nomad yourself. So what did you do as a nomad? What were you specialized on?
So I have been an equine consultant, rider manager for most of my life, but I also work in sales for advertising for equestrian magazines as well. 2-3 years ago, project I was flying horses from Holland to China, and then staying to do the quarantine with them in China. And generally, how I worked it was that I would do a project, 3 to 4 months working. Then I take a couple of months off and travel the area that I ended up in before coming back to the UK for a few months and then go again, So that had been my life for a while. Yeah, and in Catalonia, I was there for maybe a year working there.
Great. So you already know what digital nomads need or don't need, so you can have your stage based on that also.
Yeah, I think like for me, and the girls Goda and Olivia as well, we're females also that have traveled on our own a lot and working and also for leisure. So there's a lot of identification around that we understand what that's like to want to be in cool places, but also have an element of feeling safe and checking it's okay and this side of things. And then when I was in Morocco, then there's a lot of people that are working from their computers and full time, and so that became a bigger element of it then.
Sure. So Olivia, you traveled as well?
Yes, so I actually just came back last year in October back to Europe. I was living in New Zealand for 3 years, and then before that I was living in Asia and then in Canada, and so I was not really living in Europe since 2015.
Okay. Where you originally come from? Where do you come from?
Germany.
Okay.
So I left Germany in 2013, and then I was living in Ireland for a while, and then I started traveling, and I had to come back to Germany, and I haven't lived in Germany for a long time, and then it was also COVID, because in New Zealand it was already over and done with at that point.
Okay.
So I actually had to become kind of a digital, well, not nomad, but a digital stuck person in my own country, because I came back, I didn't have anything. And I also could work, so I started doing translation work.
Okay.
Which
online.
I had to do it online, and then so it was quite nice because I still do it, but it was born out of a necessity kind of. And and then I stayed in Germany for 6 months, did that from my laptop, and I still do it now, and I still have like the time and the space here to do it, and so it's quite nice. I picked it up, and now I'm just doing that, and then I teach yoga here, and I help to build up the community. Yeah.
Great. So you both are yoga teachers as well?
Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Sorry?
Multi-skills.
Multi-skill, yeah, obviously. So, and this is also what you are mainly focusing on at your stay, right? To have balance between working, having a space where people can sleep, but also to do these yoga sessions, right? So are you offering yoga in the package as well? Do you have this like a daily basis for the guests?
Yeah, we have a couple of options. So you can stay with us as a basic B&B guest, in which case that includes your breakfast. You can eat with us as part of our community twice a day. We make some really good vegan and vegetarian food. We don't eat meat here. There is a guest kitchen in the house that if people wish to do something themselves, they can. But all our meals are vegan and vegetarian. But we're really we're really conscious about how we source our food. It's all local, it's all homemade. We do our own granola. We only buy local dairy products. We have hen for free range eggs. So we charge €12 a day to eat with us as part of the community. And then you can also then just come as you like to the yoga classes and pay a donation. Or you can decide that you want to do a lot of yoga and you're always going to eat with us and do an all-inclusive price. And that way you don't have to think about anything. You just come, you pay, and everything is included.
Great. And you're going to start a retreat in June, is that correct?
That's correct.
Tell us about that. What's that about? What is the retreat?
So we have a couple of things going on in June, actually. At the beginning of the month, on the 3rd, we just invite people to come and join our yoga community. And basically, you just come on the same basis we talked about. You just join in. You can come to all the classes. We do 2 classes a day plus meditation session. We have Effie live them. We also have a few people we're building up in the village that don't live in our community, but they're living in more independent accommodation also in the village. And Effie is running a aerial movement retreat in the middle of June, which is amazing. We do a lot of with the hammock. She's really good for helping people with pain or back problems. Olivia and I we're new to the whole aerial yoga thing, but we're a little bit addicted now. So we're really lucky. Between the 4 of us, we're covering pretty much everything from Kundalini yoga through to aerial, yin, restorative, hatha, vinyasa, and ashtanga. So yeah, we're doing.
It sounds like a very good relief from working on the whole day, you know, for digital nomads. I think that's just a perfect mixture. And yeah.
We had a few test guests come in the autumn to come and check it out and help us with some development and stuff. And something that came back really strongly was it can be quite difficult when you're nomadic and you're completely self-employed to build up healthy routines. You know, a lot of people come in here think, actually, honestly, I never get out of bed before 10 o'clock because I don't have to. And it's, you know, it's, and actually when they're here, because there's a breakfast and because everybody's up quite early and we're all like being outside, people naturally just start to fall into that rhythm and they really benefited from it. That was a lot of the feedback, that they really appreciated that, having a kind of rhythm again, you know, and that was really helpful for them.
Yeah. I mean, that's what everyone notices. If you have your own structure and you can just decide when to start working and when to stop, sometimes you don't really have a structure at all, right? So it's great to get one. And what I wanted to say, what about digital nomads? So you're also trying to get digital nomads to your place. So what is the facilities you have for them? What would you say makes you a good stay for digital nomads?
I think we have done our very best to try and have like as many backups for Wi-Fi as we can. It is a rural village. It is Bulgaria. Generally, the Wi-Fi here is very, very good in comparison to many rural areas. I've lived in rural Catalonia, absolute nightmare. Rural England, absolute nightmare. Rural China, better than the other two. But, in Bulgaria, most of the time, it's good. It's better than average. We occasionally have power cuts and that can cause us some problems. But to try and get around that, we have satellite Wi-Fi that's unlimited downloading in data and stuff. And then we also have 4G Mobex boxes, 2 of those dotted around the place. And we also have good 4G. So usually we can, you know, make sure that we're covering all bases.
Yeah, I mean, look at you now. You're sitting outside and the quality is like perfect. So it's just the perfect time.
You know, it's good. And we have a lot of different spaces. So you didn't see it yet, but we also have a lovely veranda outside of the yoga barn with 2 sofas. One's like an L-shaped corner sofa and another one. So there's nice spaces there to work. There's a few spaces out here to work. We also live in a house next door that has an outdoor office, which is super cool. Has a view like over the village. So we can work up there to give the guests more space. And then we also have like a little bit chill out landing upstairs with a beanbag chair and a little laptop desk for your lap.
Cool.
And then in the living room, there's an office with a printer there. We have a couple of printers here, one with us, one down here, just scanning and photocopying. Yeah, and we're pretty flexible. If people need something, we can help them with it.
Yeah, great. Sounds amazing. And what would you describe? How are your guests like? Who are the persons that come to your place? What do they do for a living? Just the average, you know? It varies, I think, a lot. So,
Really, really interesting. Like we had some really interesting people come here, and all nice, all pretty chill. We had a girl come for 5 days in last autumn and ended up staying here 5 weeks with us. She
mhm.
was working in environmental matters and completely digital. Been working all over the world for years. Had to sometimes go back to Ireland for projects, but yeah, she was fully remote. And recently, we've had people coming through that are artists working and traveling. We've had people coming that are obviously, marketing, yoga instructors. We had two lovely Bulgarian girls stay with us, and they were both in corporate jobs but working remotely, partly anyway and partly more because of COVID. So we have a real mixed bunch, you know. We've had a mixed bunch. It's been cool.
Sounds great. So that's for everyone. It just sounds like it's for everyone. So, and you can see the guests are from everywhere. So it is. And
I think as long as people understand that we're not in a town, we're in a village, then they're going to be super chuffed to be here, you know?
yeah,
And we have the car here, we're in and out. If people want to go and do something, there is a bus, not every day. But yeah, we make sure if people want to go somewhere, they can go there. And there's a lot of natural activities to do in the area, like hiking. There's a
And we have
river.
the spa next in the next village too.
We also have a mineral spa in the next village. And people walk a lot, you know, like I've had a lot of guests that go out and find a lot of hikes and
yeah.
come back.
Tell us about the Balkan Mountains. So what's to discover?
Really? Yeah.
We got lost the other night. It was actually beautiful with the dog, so that was nice. But I think that makes it really attractive to people working here, because if you need a break, you can literally walk 5 minutes up the waterfall and you're in the woods. Like and you have like that really lush, like feeling of nature, and it smells like earth and it's green. And I think it's nice if you feel, especially when you like look at a screen the whole day, to like look at the woods will give you maybe a little bit of a different perspective, or just a bit of a break.
Fresh air.
Yeah, and then you don't really need a lot of people. Like you can actually go and you can be on your own, which is something that I really enjoy because I need that sometimes. So I think it really offers a lot of space if you just need to step away from work without like, you know, like living in a city, you have to like hop on the underground, and it takes you an hour to finally not see like buildings anymore or other people in here. You just walk 5 minutes up the path and you are completely on your own, which I think is really nice. And
about a waterfall.
And yeah, we have a little waterfall. It's,
yeah, I just heard that. I was like, what? You have did you say waterfall? That sounds amazing.
It's part of the property. So you get a little bit of like, I mean, it should be probably a bit bigger at the moment because it was raining yesterday. But yeah, so you have a little waterfall. There's actually a hammock right in that area where the waterfall is. If you want to read the book, you could also like lay in the hammock with the laptop if you like that. So you have, you just have a lot of nature, and I think it's a good place if you want to learn something about like herbs and stuff, or if you just like, I don't know, making paints or something. This is also a good place.
There's a lot of herbs here, and the villagers are very friendly here. Like, you know, it's quite a. I said to someone a while ago, like, you really couldn't do this in most European villages. They would be like, oh my God, what are all these young people doing in our village? And why is there camper vans coming? And this is another thing. We also take people in camper vans, and we just charge a camping fee. And in the summer, we can also offer camping. We'd like to do glamping, but we're just playing it by ear for now because of the whole situation. It's our first year. So there's more outdoory projects to come. We have quite a bit of land, like Olivia's saying. We have some woods and a waterfall and big area for glamping that looks at the church is going to be really beautiful when it's done. The village is quiet, but quite interesting. You know, sometimes we have a neighbor who likes to play rock music on a Saturday, and we have another neighbor who comes down and plays Bulgarian guitar and sings. And it's
So it's really a lot of community feeling there as well, right?
yeah, they're cool. The mayor pops in on a regular basis just to say hello and see what's going on, to bring us our letters and stuff. You know, they're really lovely. Yeah, and there's options here also for people that are maybe looking to put down a little bit of roots. It's a very affordable country to buy property. We do have contacts, and we are able to help people if they are looking for something more long term, you know. And we've had quite a few people. We have 2 digital nomads staying in the village that we helped to organize for them. And they're considering living here for a couple of years and even buying some land and stuff. So, you know, we try and help people to find whatever long-term solution.
And I also hear a lot of birds singing in the background, so that's really beautiful as well. Are you a pet-friendly stay as well? Can people come with pets?
So we have one cat who's very much a little princess. She was actually named by one of our guests a long time ago as Amira, which is Israeli for princess, I believe. So we have her, and obviously she's quite precious to us. So people are welcome to come with dogs as long as they're not going to chase the cat too much. And the other thing is that they would need to be either very quiet and settled. And we do allow pets to stay in the outdoor courtyard room, but not in the house. They can go in the kitchen. It has a stone floor. And the other option is they can also, if they're happy to go with our dogs, they can go and be up at our house in the garden, and it has a kennel. Well, more than a kennel. They have like a bigger space than most people have a bedroom, but and a securely fenced area it's pretty big. Hey,
Yeah,
it's big. It goes up a hill. It's maybe 30 to 40 meters long by 15 meters wide. They have a big fence garden and access into their house and out. So if they're good with other dogs, not a problem. I would just say check in with us. It's a bit individual to the animal and our circumstances. And also if we have a yoga retreat on, maybe it's a little bit more difficult than a gap between a yoga retreat.
Yeah, cool. And for the last part of our interview, I'd like to talk with you a little bit about the whole thing as co-living. So co-living has grown quite big over the past years. And would you say that you are a co-living space as well? Would you define your place as co-living?
I feel like we would describe ourselves as like a co-living community. Like there is a community feel here. I think if somebody wants to go into a very office orientated setting, you know, or a bit more of like a co-working space, maybe this is not going to be quite that for them. If they want to become part of a community of people that work from here, then that's pretty much what we are, you know. I think it's very suitable to people that are freelancing, the people that are needing to be creative, bounce ideas off each other, and really like flourish in this environment. If it's somebody who needs to come and be like very, very work orientated and have very set structure and a more corporate feel, then maybe it's not so appropriate for them.
Yeah, but most of the people are very flexible. So, I mean, at your place, I feel like, because what co-living is about, that you are in a community, but you can also be individual. It's like having a home abroad. Yeah. And that's what you were just explaining to me. Like you are trying to build a home for more extended stays. That was what you were looking for at the beginning. So, and that's what you're creating now. And that's
exactly. Yeah, it's definitely, there's a family feel here, and everyone is friendly and respectful of each other. That, you know, we all do a lot of stuff together, but we all also have individual and personal space. We're all about to go to Velika Turnover this evening because they've asked us to go and help them with a music event, and it's 80s night. So we've been like a bunch of teenage girls running around going, oh my God, what can we wear for this 80s thing? Out suitcases. So it's fun. Like we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun, and sometimes we have to work hard, and We're quite productive. We get on with it when we need to, but in between we like to relax and do yoga and sometimes go and have a good night out or have a bit of a party here also. Sometimes we have full moon party recently. That was really
Oh,
cool.
cool.
We had a little bit of a celebration for finishing the work here, and yeah, no, it's interesting. It's cool.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. Anything else you have to say to the community out there, to everyone who wants to come and visit you, to come to join your community? Everything you'd like to add?
It's really easy for parking. So if you're in a van, you are welcome to talk to us. We're not going to charge you the same as if you needed a room or something. We do a camping rate. The villagers are really just don't care. You can park at the end of our driveway. And if you're coming and you're worried that you don't have transport or a car, don't panic. You know, like we pick everybody up from Triavna or Velika Tarnova. Triavna is easier for us. Velika Tarnova, just work with us a little bit and we tie it in with some shopping or something, and then it's not a problem. And also hitchhiking, which is not something I've done loads of, but I've had so many people come in here and just going everywhere hitchhiking within 30
really?
seconds. Yeah, and they're standing in the village. I'm like, okay, I'll see you in a minute. No, they're getting picked up. They're going to see museums. They're going here. They're going there. So yeah, the Bulgarians are very, very friendly, and you feel safe to do that. You know, so that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's what you said, like especially for solo travelers or female solo travelers, it's good to know that there's security and that you can do basically what you want traveling.
It's really good like that here, isn't it? I've never had anyone come here that felt like they weren't safe at any time or that they had any bad experience. You know, I had a girl who walked to Sofia Airport from the middle of Sofia, and we had some people who were like, oh, just, you know, you have to walk through just quite a big area that's big. And she said, no, I walked through. They were super lovely. They were like offering me a cup of tea, and no problem. We also have a couple of bikes. So people can rent a bike and go off and do what they like.
That's cool. So you're a biking area as well. I mean, if you're a hiking area, you probably are a biking area.
Yeah, mountain biking, yeah. There's a flat run to the shop in the next village, but that's the only flat run. Everything else is a little bit mountains. So yeah, if you're...
So would you say that there's a lot of adventurers coming to your place as well?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely adventure spirit going on here.
Yeah, cool.
And we also have some like extra cool skills. We have these, Olivia and Goda, who hopefully should come and see us in a minute, both super arty. We had a guy here recently, we should share a photo with you, did an amazing mural in the yoga barn.
Okay.
Crafty stuff going on. Olivia, you're also good with like knitting and textiles.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do a grandma workshop soon.
Oh, that's cool. So very creative place.
I also do fire poi. So sometimes teaching people, we have some practice ones, not with fire, just with socks. You know, poi is a French word, but you know the fire dancing with the chains.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the fire. So in my younger years, I did this quite a lot. So we practice stuff like this as well.
So you are artists as well. I love how you get also your guests to contribute something to your place, to also get involved and to help the place develop. That's great. That's the community spirit.
Still a growing place, you know, so there is some space for people who want to be creative to get involved in this, like with Noah, who was here for 4 weeks and he did the mural, and like he left us like some stencils that we can use on the place. And I think that's also what this place is about, that we're inviting people to get involved instead of saying this, pay this, you get this. It's like an open space for people to to spread their wings a little bit.
And gardening, Goda's like a little bit in control. We started a vegetable garden. It's our first year. We've got salads and bits and pieces. So yeah, there's room for people who, if they like to garden, we have space. That's what's really nice. We have space. We have space here to grow, but we also have a really good relationship with the village and the mayor and even the Triavna mayor. And they are really supportive that if if this continues to grow, we can continue to grow within the village. You know, we can take over the shop and do a cafe. We can take over an extra building and do a bunkhouse, or, you know, whatever comes. So we're really open to people that even want to collaborate or form some partnerships with us. Yeah, it's all good.
That's great. That's good, because I think that's very important for the future of travel, to interact with the culture in the country, and not to just have a place where tourists can come and go, but to get them into the local culture and get them involved. There's someone coming.
I'm hoping Goda's gonna come and say hello. We just caught her getting out of the shower, so she's decent. Let her in. Hi.
Hi there, how are you?
Nice to meet you guys. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Who are you?
I'm Goda. Hi.
And what do you do at Rising Soul?
Sorry.
What do you do at Rising Soul?
Oh, so we arrived. It's been a while now. Huh?
You've been here like 5 or 6 weeks.
6 weeks, and started from building really, and moved on to kind of building up the community. I'm sure the guys kind of told you quite a bit about it, and then teaching, doing massages.
Cool.
And
Good point. We forgot about that.
waiting for people to come and join us. Really, while doing all of this.
So you're a part of the community already after a bunch of weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
And are you going to stay for longer?
I think it's gonna be the whole summer, as for now.
So yeah, Olivia and Goda are like part of the furniture now. It's kind of the three of us. Like, we even started to call ourselves the Spice Girls, because it's us three are going to be like at the base of everything for the summer, and then we make decisions about the winter from there, because it does snow a lot here. So we play it by ear, whether we close in the end of the summer or we keep open for the winter.
Yeah. So great to have you here, girls. Thanks so much for joining and for showing us your beautiful place. I feel like part of the family, although I'm like kilometers apart. Are
you guys going to come and visit us?
Yes, I definitely want to. I'm just waiting for my second vaccination, and then I'm off to travel the world again.
Actually, that's another good point. Bulgaria is also handing out second vaccines, or all the vaccines,
All of them, yeah.
to foreigners and to expats, and I don't think that's so common in all the countries.
Yeah.
So it is somewhere that if you want to get vaccines, you can get them quite easily here. The reason for that is a little bit funny. It's because the Bulgarian people think that Rakia is a far better cure for COVID than the injection. So they don't, they're not queuing up for the injection like in other countries. So they're now able to give them to expats and to foreigners in the country. Yeah. So, well.
Maybe I should go there now and get my second vaccination there.
You can do that.
That's a tip for everyone out there who wants to get vaccinated as well.
Cool.
Awesome, guys. Have fun. Enjoy your day. It's still early in the morning, right? It's like almost noon at your place, or what is it?
We're around 12 o'clock. We're going to get ourselves ready for an 80s party tonight.
Yeah. So you're going to dress up?
Yeah.
Yeah, we try.
Okay, so enjoy your day, enjoy the party, and thanks for showing us around, for giving us all these beautiful insights, and happy to have you on board. And for everyone who wants to go there right now, you can go to nomadstates.co and book the retreat, book a place, and stay for a couple of weeks or forever.
Yeah. Forever. As long as you want. As long as you want. We're really flexible, so even if your dates don't work with something we're doing, just get in touch and it's fine. You can just join the community and then do a bit of a retreat, or however it works for people. We know it's difficult with flights to get matching dates, so we're not putting any pressure on that.
That's cool. Flexibility is key. Thanks for that. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ta-ra.